Okay guys, so this is a indie game from Xbox Live indie games section, and it's called Platformance Castle Pain. It's a really good game. It's kind of a new retro game kind of thing. It's a platformer, as you can see. It very much harks back to the old style platformers, and it feels very much like kind of a NES or home computer style platformer. So basically on this game you just basically got to get from the bottom left to the top right hand corner of the map, and basically all you got to do is you got to rescue the princess basically. So very much a kind of traditional theme. As you can see, it's a new retro game. It's a very good one actually, and it only costs 80 Microsoft points, which is less than £1. So I'm not sure how much that is in dollars, but I know it's less than it's less than $2, maybe less than $1. I don't know what the exchange rate is at the moment. But over here in the UK, it's less than £1, so it's very worth it. It's a short game. It's not very long, but it's so enjoyable. I really believe that if you don't like this game, then you don't like retro games basically, because it's just that enjoyable. I really would recommend picking this one up. I'm going to make this a new part of my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on some of the indie games on Xbox Live, because I really don't think they get enough praise basically. They don't get enough attention. I think it's a very underrated part of Xbox Live. Of course there's a lot of really rubbish games on the indie game section, and a lot of really rubbish applications, but there's also some real gems on there that are just going kind of missed by a lot of people. I know there's been this big push by Microsoft with this games room thing on Xbox Live, but it really hasn't turned out how everyone thought it was going to turn out. I mean, it's a great idea by Microsoft, but it's just the execution of it, how they've gone about implementing it, that has just totally failed basically. But I think the indie game section hasn't failed at all really. I think it's really strong. You gotta love the music on this game. The music on this game is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, it's just one of those games that if you don't like this game, then you're just not into retro games. It's that much fun. I really need a new pad to play this as well, because my pad's just falling apart. This can be pretty time sensitive as well, because that big ghost you saw on screen earlier, if you don't push forward enough and get past all the little checkpoints, then eventually that ghost will go past your checkpoint and then kill you, so you kind of get stuck. So it has got a time element to it. This game has got a lot of checkpoints, and I think it doesn't harm the game, it enhances it, because you don't have to start from the very start again. I had a lot of trouble doing this bit, so I kind of skipped ahead. It took me quite a little bit to push on with it. I did it in the end there. Yeah, so if you like retro games, I mean, I really would urge people to go and check out the indie games section of Xbox Live. There's a lot of great games in there. There is a lot of rubbish games and applications, like I said, but there are a lot of good stuff on there. Really cheap as well. The prices range from 80 points to 240 points to 400 points, and I still think there's a couple on there that are 800 points, but I really don't think it's worth paying 800 points for a game. It's got to be really something special to pay 800 points for an indie game, but a lot of them, the majority, are 80 points and 240 points, which I think is a great price point. Microsoft did a good move by changing the price points, because when indie games first started they were just too expensive for what they were, but they are a better price now. The only downsides to the indie games that I have found basically is, and to my shock basically, this is what I found out the other day, is that you can't play the indie games offline. To play them you have to be connected to Xbox Live. I think that is a tragic mistake by Microsoft. They need to change it. You need to be able to play these games offline. I think it's really shady how they force you to have to be on Xbox Live to play the games. I mean, when you buy one of these games, it's yours, so there's no excuse for that really. I don't care what their reasons are for it. I just don't like it basically. I mean, with the arcade games, you wouldn't expect those games to do that. I mean, you can play your arcade games offline, so you should be able to play these indie games offline, so Microsoft really need to change that. But even if they don't, I'm hopeful that in the future, you know, with the big, you know, there's a big modding community with the Xbox, even with the 360, and I'm hopeful that, you know, one day, that even if Microsoft didn't change that little feature, that somebody will come up with some program that will allow you to play the indie games that you bought offline. So, I mean, don't let that put you off though, because it hasn't put me off. It's just a feature that could do with changing basically. But as you can see, this is a brilliant game. It's called Platformance, Castle Pain, and I'll be showing some more indie games in the future. So thanks for watching guys, and I really recommend you pick this up.